Today's show is brought to you by Audible.com. You can get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial by heading over to audibletrial.com/WTS Sports Quiz. You can have access to over 180 titles to choose from on your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. That, once again, is audibletrial.com/WTS Sports Quiz.
Broadcasting from the Attention Era Media Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this is What's the Score, the Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe, the man who thinks it's beginning to look a lot like a What's the Score Christmas episode. And now, here's the host of What's the Score, Baxter Colburn!
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, everybody. Merry Christmas. Today is our Christmas-themed episode. We've got a hot plate of Christmas cookies in the studio, and we just finished taking our ugly Christmas sweater staff picture as well. If you'd like to be on our nice list this Christmas season, why not head over to the WTSSportsQuiz.com webpage and send us a letter to be a contestant to win a great prize.
You can also find the show on demand on iTunes, iHeartRadio, and on our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com.
Time to meet our panelists. First up, from the Big 920 WOKY in Milwaukee, he is a public address announcer for Marquette University and the Lakeshore Chinooks. Please welcome Dan Pfeifer.
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. And by the way, Baxter, congratulations on the new addition to your family.
Thank you.
I also want to say I am deeply honored that you chose to name the child Beckham Great Pfeifini Colburn.
Thank you. Yes, yeah, not many people know the middle name. So he just turned a month just a couple of days ago, so we're thrilled to have the Pfeifini name carried on. So we're very thrilled about that. Next up, he is a sports broadcaster and an avid fan of all Wisconsin and St. Louis sports. It's Grant Coppersmith.
Hello, hello.
Welcome back, Grant.
It's good to be back. It's been a while.
Been far too long.
Yeah, I miss all you guys, and I miss all my Perthians down in Australia.
Shout out to Perth.
Hello to everybody down in Perth that I haven't met or will never meet, but it's good to see you again.
And finally, he is a former Packers beat writer for 540 ESPN, a semi-retired pro wrestler, fantasy football guru, and a co-host of the Kielbasa King Sports Extravaganza podcast. It's Scott Wisniewski.
Thank you. And by the way, officially retired professional wrestler.
Are you officially now? No more?
The end of November, yeah.
Did you have what was your wrestling name? Because Dan's the Great Pfeifini. What was yours?
I was Hot Shot Scott Williams.
Interesting. I guess, with a last name like Wisniewski, I feel like you could have done something with that. But
I threw fire. It was cool.
You threw fire?
Yeah.
So is there paperwork you have to fire with the Wrestlers Association to officially retire?
Well, fortunately, they're not very well unionized, so I was able to get away with it.
Well, welcome to the show, panel. Grant, great to have you back as well. Did you enjoy your time off from What's the Score? What were you doing with yourself for months, I feel like?
I was doing a lot of school, and I didn't enjoy myself because I want to be here.
Got to get an education, though.
Yeah,
Got to get that degree,
Got to get the knowledge.
Exactly. Well, we're glad to have you back and look to see your sports knowledge later in the show.
It's time to get this show on the road with our first contestant game. Joining us on the phone is Brian Quisenberry. Welcome to the show, Brian.
Thank you.
All right, Brian, Christmas time is a perfect time of year for all kinds of sports excitement. Christmas Day, or thereabouts, has seen some very memorable moments over the years.
In this game, which we're calling Most Wonderful Time of the Year, we'll ask you 5 questions about the sports world around Christmas time. Answer at least 3 correctly, and you'll win a What's the Score prize. If you get stuck, you can ask one of our panelists for a hint, but on only one question, so make sure you choose wisely. Are you ready to play?
Let's do it.
All right, here's your first question. College football fans enjoy bowl games from December into January, a holiday season tradition, of course. But back in 1924, one was played on Christmas Day. Who played in that game? Was it A, the USC Trojans and Missouri Tigers, B, the Wisconsin Badgers and Alabama Crimson Tide, or C, Penn State and Notre Dame?
I will go with A.
USC and Missouri?
Yes.
That is correct. Yes, nicely done. 1924. I guess I always forget about the fact that sports were around previous, like the 50s, I guess.
Well, and keep in mind, too, that was in an era before commercial air travel. So for USC to play Missouri, that's a long trip, and it was a significant game.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. All right, here is your next one.
What iconic hockey game is played on Christmas Day every year? Is it A, the Winter Classic, B, the Stick Puck Exhibition, or C, neither of the above?
I'm going to go with C.
Yes,
Neither.
that is correct. Nicely done. If I'm not mistaken, Grant, you're the hockey expert. There is no game on Christmas Day.
No, there is no special. The Winter Classic, however, is a special where hockey games are played outside. Usually, so far, I think they've all been in baseball stadiums.
Which is kind of a cool venue, honestly. The Badgers have played, their hockey teams played inside Lambeau Field before, which was kind of a cool venue as well. All right, Brian, here is your next one. What sport has the best teams play on Christmas Day with jersey alterations putting the name under the number that began back in 2014? Is it the NBA, the NFL, or the NCAA football?
That would be the NBA.
Yes, that is correct. Nicely done. Never been a big fan of the jerseys that they wear on Christmas Day. I mean, I feel like you shouldn't play a sport on Christmas Day. I think like Thanksgiving and Christmas Day, I know it's the tradition part of it, but Christmas Day especially. That's like Thanksgiving, okay, that's football's been doing it forever. But NBA on Christmas, I don't know too many people who like, gotta watch the NBA, it's on Christmas Day. Like, that's a big family tradition. I never remember it's on.
No, and actually it's just kind of a newer tradition, I'd say the last decade or so, where it's really become a thing.
Is the NBA hurting that much that they have to do it on Christmas Day of all places? Those players want to be with their family.
It's the only holiday they get to claim.
I guess the NBA has to claim something, I guess. All right, here is your next one, Brian.
On Christmas Day in 1862, two teams during the Civil War from New York battalions played what in Hilton Head, South Carolina? Was it A, football, B, baseball, or C, cribbage?
Wow. Well, I wasn't really around in 1862.
You do have a hint if you want to use it, Brian.
Yes, I will take the hint. I think I know the answer, but
okay.
I'll go with the hint.
Do you want to talk to Grant, Scott, or Dan for your hint?
Let's go with Dan.
All right, Dan. How can you help out Brian?
All right. First off, I'm going to give you kind of a two-pronged hint. So first off, of the three choices, this is one that is actually a sport. But B, think about when this took place, the fact that this was in the 19th century, and one sport of the two was much more popular in the 1800s than the other sport. So really think about the time frame and the fact that one sport has become popular more recently, one sport used to be more popular.
I will go with baseball.
Yes, that is correct. Nicely done. Yeah, baseball has been, it is, that old classic sort of a game. It's been around forever, and it's great to see the history embedded in the game.
It is America's game.
It is, supposedly. That's the rumor, at least. I don't know anymore if it's still America's game.
Well, it used to be America's pastime. I think basketball is America's game as far as where it was invented.
Yeah.
Baseball's an offshoot of cricket, which was around before baseball.
Everyone clears their Sundays for NFL football.
That's true. And, of course, the NWS. Oh, never mind. No one cares. Anyway, okay, here's your final one. 1977 on Christmas Eve, what famous play was made by Ken Stabler and Dave Casper? Was it A, Ghost to the Post, B, The Sharpest Slant, or C, The Juke Fluke?
I will answer C, The Juke Fluke.
That is incorrect. No, unfortunately. It was Ghost to the Post. Scott, you seem like you remember that.
I don't remember the play because I was only 6, but Ken Stabler shares a birthday with somebody else more famous on Christmas Day. Ken Stabler's a Christmas baby.
Oh, really?
So there
That's
you go.
good to know. I had no idea.
So on the eve of his birthday, Ghost in the Post.
Huh. The more you know, I guess. Game Master Scheibe, how did Brian do on our quiz?
Brian got 4 out of 5 correct. He's a winner.
Nicely done. Congratulations, Brian. Thank you so much for playing, sir.
And before we head to our first break, I want to note that Dan gets his first panelist point for that successful hint.
Hey, there you go, Dan. Jumping on the board early.
Ho, ho, ho.
And we are heading to our first break now, but when we come back, our panelists will have their first crack at Christmas Carol Sports Trivia. Don't go away. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz.
So you're sitting at home probably right now thinking, hey, you know what? What's the Score? Sounds like a really fun show. I'm really enjoying my time listening. But you know what you're not doing? You're not signing up to be a contestant, and we want you to do that. Go to our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com, and click on the contact form, or fill out the contestant form on the front page of the website, or go visit us on Facebook, What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz, or on Twitter, at WTS Sports Quiz, and click on one of the social media posts that have Be a Contestant. you could win a great prize. You get to talk to Game Master Scheibe. You get to talk to me. You just get to have sports news quiz fun at the highest level. It seems like a pretty obvious thing, so why are you still listening? Go do that right now. Go be a contestant on What's the Score. We need you. But seriously, though, thank you. I appreciate it.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to What's the Score, the Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe. This week, our panelists are Dan Pfeifer, Grant Coppersmith, and Scott Wisniewski. And now, here's your host at the Attention Era Media Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, everybody. Time now for our panelists to showcase their knowledge about popular Christmas carols mashed up with notable sports figures. And yes, we will be singing these, gentlemen.
Oh, boy.
We will sing it once, then we will look for the name of the carol and the sports figure. Good luck and bear with us. All right, Dan, you will be going first.
Oh, boy.
Are you ready?
Okay.
All right. I'm dreaming of a Patriots running back Christmas.
I think you're talking about LeGarrette Blount.
No, I'm not. Ooh. Think about it. We're mashing up a carol and a player, so the player's name is embedded somewhere in the carol.
Okay.
I'll give you one more shot at it just because this is the first time we're doing this.
Okay.
So I'm dreaming of a Patriots running back Christmas. So what's the carol?
It's White Christmas, that much I
Okay.
know.
So and the Patriots running back we're looking for is?
Something white?
Do you not? Okay.
I suppose I've already kind of used my hint.
Basically, yeah, so we're not going to give it to you.
Leon White.
No, James White.
James
Badgers
White.
former Badgers running back, James White.
You're talking to a guy that does a
that's
lot of work
why
for
he didn't
Marquette.
get it.
So,
what are you gonna
yeah,
do?
tricked him.
So, yes, White Christmas and James White. So
Yeah.
now that Grant and Scott, you've kind of seen what's going on. You understand what we're looking for now? All right, Grant, the next one goes to you, sir.
And I honestly just forgot what the tune was while we were doing this. I'm sorry.
I can
don't
sing
know
it
that
if you
I've
want
never
me
heard
to.
this one before, so go ahead if you
I'll
like.
sing it, all
Okay.
right. Jolly old St. Golfer known as the Golden Bear.
It's Jolly Old St. Nicholas.
That is correct.
The tune.
Yep, so you're halfway there.
Phil Mickelson as the golfer?
That is incorrect, unfortunately. No, Jack Nicklaus is known as the Golden Bear.
That I didn't know. I'm not a big golfer guy.
Interesting.
Oh, boy.
All right, do you want to sing this last one? Do you know this
Sure,
one? Game
this
Master
one I-
Scheibe?
this one I can
Scott,
figure
this
out.
one's for you.
Have a UFC fighter jolly Christmas.
So the name of the carol would be...
Holly Jolly Christmas.
That is correct. So then the athlete would be... Think of where we put what we're
Yeah,
implanting
yeah,
and
yeah.
then how it flows. from-
Holly Holmes.
Yes, there it is. Grant and Dan are like, I got it now. I understand what we're going for. So you've got 2 more rounds of this as we go through. So just keep that in
At least
mind.
I was on key.
You were, yes, exactly. If you sing it, I guess if you sing your response, maybe Game Master Scheibe will give you a half a point or something.
I'll think about it. Well, we're heading to a break, but when we come back, our second contestant will play another one of our new games. Don't go away. This is What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. What's the Score would like to take this time to thank one of our partners, Vavel USA, the international online sports newspaper, for their support. Head over to vavel.com/en-us today as they provide professional reporting on all major sports in the USA. Follow them on Twitter at @Vavel_USA and go like their Facebook page for prime access to the ultimate source for sports coverage on the web. We here at What's the Score are proud to partner with a terrific organization like Vavel USA.
Hi, everyone. This is Baxter. A very special thanks to all of you. We finally did it. We got over the 1-year mark for What's the Score. 2016 was a pretty awesome year. 2017 is going to be even better. One of the great things we got to do in 2016 was have a couple of live shows around the Milwaukee area. We'd love to do more of those in 2017. In order to do that, we need to hear from you, the listener. Go to our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com, or shoot us an email, WTSSportsQuiz@gmail.com, to let us know where you'd like to have it, whether it's at the church, a festival, even your business. We'd love to come and do a live show with each and every one of you.
Hello all, and welcome back to the Attention Era Media Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is What's the Score, the Sports News Quiz. I'm Josh Scheibe, your game master. We have a great panel here today. It's Grant Coppersmith, Scott Wisniewski, and Dan Pfeifer, and they'll have the opportunity to show their prowess in just a little bit. Before that, though, here's the host of What's the Score, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Coming up, we put our panelists to the test in our Left's Lucky Town Name 5 Panelist Showdown. If you'd like to play our games on the air, why not visit our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com, and sign up today.
Playing our next game is Caleb Walgren. Welcome to the show, Caleb.
Thank you.
All right, Caleb, let's be honest. We've all received at least one gift that we did not want for Christmas. For me, it was that Easy Bake Oven back in 5th grade. Anyway, over the years, the sports world... No one's going to jump on the fact that an Easy Bake Oven? Anyway, okay. Over the years, the sports world has provided gifts to fans that they would also wish had not happened, and for some are overjoyed that they finally did receive.
In this game, which we're calling Gifts for Everyone, we'll ask you 5 questions about sports gifts to certain players or franchises. Get at least 3 right, and you'll win a What's the Score prize. If you get stuck, you can ask one of our panelists for a hint, but on only one question, so make sure you choose wisely. Are you ready to play?
I am ready.
All right, here it is, your first one. In 2016, Jordan Spieth was leading the Masters by 5 shots heading into the final 9 holes. Who did he decide to gift the green jacket to instead? Was it A, Danny Willett, B, Lee Westwood, or C, Dustin Thomas?
That one was Danny Willett.
Yes, that is correct. Nicely done. Yeah, that was a big thing for a while. Spieth, they thought that he was going to repeat, right? He was going to try to repeat back-to-back Masters, and I just fell apart at the end there. But no, I'm not a big golfer, so I guess I don't understand the true severity of blowing a 5-shot lead. All right, here is your next one, Caleb.
After 108 years, or however long it's been, what team gifted its fans a championship after being the GOAT of so many jokes? Was it A, the Cleveland Cavaliers, B, the Chicago Cubs, or C, the Western New York Flash?
That would be the Chicago Cubs.
That is correct. Nicely done. Give a point to panelists if they can tell me where the Flash play. What league did the Flash play in? Anybody know?
WPSL.
That's not what the league is called anymore. But
Women's Professional Soccer, yes.
Yeah, there you go. The NWSL, yes. Yeah. All right. Here's your next one, Caleb. In 2004, the New York Yankees were dominating 3-1 in the AL Championship Series. What team was able to come back and vanquish that lead? Was it A, the Tampa Bay Rays, B, the Baltimore Orioles, or C, the Boston Red Sox?
It was unforgettable. That's the Boston Red Sox.
Yes, that is correct. Nicely done. They also broke a curse back in the day. I mean, they talk about the Cubs 108 years. The Red Sox had a fairly long record that they had to break as well. I remember that being such big news, too, back in 2004. I wasn't a big baseball fan, but because of the severity of what was taking place, it was like, holy cow, the Yankees, they're supposed to be good. Red Sox came out of nowhere. It was a very exciting time. All right, here's your next one.
Going into the final hole, on the verge of winning the British Open in 1999, Jean Van de Velde had a 3-shot lead. Instead, he did what? Was it A, won the championship with class, B, broke his leg and limped to the finish, or C, made a triple bogey and lost in a playoff?
Yeah, he had a triple bogey and lost in the playoff.
Yeah, that is correct. Nicely done. Once again, golf, triple bogey, what does that mean?
I had the displeasure of watching this live all the way back in 1999.
Really?
Not in person, but on television.
No.
And
how old were you in 99?
I would have been, let's see here, born in 82. I would have been 17 at that point in time.
What was Dan Pfeiffer's like back at 17?
I was a senior in high school at that point, a junior in high school in 99, actually, and when the British Open would have been going on. So Sunday morning, nothing better to do, turn on ABC and watch the British Open. And you want to talk about a meltdown. A triple bogey is 3 over par. car, and he hit a ball into what they called a burn. It's essentially a small river. He dropped. He hit another one in. He duffed the ball. It was tragic, and the whole time you could see that it was slipping away from him both mentally and in terms of the scoreboard. It was a terrible thing.
And by the way, the British Open, and I know golf fans are going to hate me for saying this, my least favorite tournament.
Really? Yeah. I've heard mixed reviews about the British Open. A lot of just the majors as a whole. It's like, oh, this one counts, or no, why do we even play that one? It's in golf. I mean, why don't you just have one championship? Why do you have to play numerous ones?
Well, it's like tennis, Wimbledon, U.S. Open.
Once again, why do we? I don't know. Anyway, all right. Here's your final one, Caleb. Trailing the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals, what team gave their city a much-needed gift of a championship? Was it A, the Milwaukee Bucks, B, the New York Knicks, or C, the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Well, I'd love to see the Bucks get a championship recently.
Yeah,
it was the Cavaliers.
Yes, that is correct. Nicely done. Bucks fans can dream, right? I mean, they're playing pretty well so far this season.
Yeah, they're not too bad this year.
Giannis has really stepped up.
Yeah, they made the playoffs 2 years ago, and they're looking okay at the beginning of the season.
They signed a lot of old veterans too at the end of the beginning of this season as well too. And
yeah, Jason Terry, 45-year drought and counting for that championship.
Interesting. I had no idea it was that long.
And Thon Maker was a little of a risk on a draft pick. He's not doing too bad for him so far.
If you can get Thon and Giannis running the court with Jabari, I think you're going to have a pretty high-quality team. Game Master Shabby, how did Caleb do on our quiz?
Caleb got 5 out of 5 correct. A perfect score.
Well
He's
done.
a winner.
Yeah. Thanks for playing, Caleb. All right, panel, some more caroling questions for you. Grant, we'll start with you, sir. Are you ready?
I am so ready.
All right, your carol. Let me just take a quick look.
Yeah, warm up. Yeah.
Me.
All right.
Do some scales for me, sir.
All right, your carol is Yuletide Seahawks coach being sung by a choir and folks dressed up as Eskimos. So name the carol and name the player or person as a whole.
Well, it's Pete Carroll,
There
who
you
is
go.
the player.
Or the coach.
Or the coach,
Rather,
yeah, the
yes,
coach.
Yes. And the name of the
Does this Christmas Carol have a name?
It does. As many people might not remember it, but it is.
I know the main part is Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you.
Yes, exactly. But you know the name of the
No,
song.
I do not know the name of the song.
So we're not going to be able to give it to you. It's the Christmas song. Literally, just straight up, the Christmas song. I honestly didn't realize that was actually the name. It was just, that is the Christmas song. Mm-hmm. And then Pete Carroll.
And I think a lot of people would know it as chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Roasting. You know, Bobby Chestnut retired, so we couldn't use Bobby. I don't know Bobby Chestnut.
I demand a recount.
Good luck with that one. Game Master Shabby, over to you, sir.
All right, Scott, the next one's for you. Vikings tight end, the red-nosed reindeer.
Kyle Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
Yes, nicely done. You look upset, Grant. What's the problem?
No, this is completely fair. Nothing wrong with this at all. Nope, this is fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, nothing's wrong. I'm just born to never win this game.
Name 5 is around the corner. You'll be okay.
I'm never good at that game.
So you're on. I mean, just to paint the picture for you, Grant. You're on a panel with someone who's never lost and someone that is first on the panel's leaderboard. So
I have high hopes for myself. Is what you're saying.
You can do it.
For somebody who's never won on 4 or 5 appearances.
You've been on like 9 times.
9 times? No.
8 or 9.
I don't think it's been 9 times, but you know,
we'll check the website.
Yeah,
we'll
we'll go to the record.
It's been a while though. You were on our first show, our very first show.
And I lost that one too.
We had that a couple weeks back. You lost to Connor Christensen, unfortunately.
Oh,
yeah. Good times. Anyway, all right, Dan. Your final carol goes to you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, holy point guard, he plays for the Phoenix Suns.
This would be Oh Holy Night, and I believe we're talking about Brendan Knight?
Yes, that is correct. Well done. Brandon, did you know that one, Grant?
I didn't know his first name, so I doubt I would have gotten the points for it.
And I don't want anybody being at home like, Knight spelled differently. We know, okay? We know. But
the K is silent.
It's the word that we care about.
Well, it's time for another break, but don't worry. We'll be right back, and our panelists will have another chance to answer more sports Christmas Carol questions. Don't go away. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz.
Hey guys, this is Baxter. I want to take a quick minute to let you know that we've changed a couple of things here at What's the Score. The show will no longer be broadcast live on Sunday afternoon or evenings anymore. Instead, you can find the show every Monday morning on demand, right at your fingertips at 8 a.m. Central Time. Go and download it on iTunes, visit us on Spreaker.com, or go to our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com, to get the most recent show and past shows as well. It's the best way to keep in touch with everything that What's the Score is doing. So once again, no more live shows, but go and download it, iTunes, Spreaker.com, and What's the Score, WTSSportsQuiz.com.
Hey, What's the Score, listeners? This is Bobo from Titletown Sound. I have just 1 minute to tell you all about our podcast and our website, TitletownSoundoff.com. On Titletown Sound, 4 lifelong Green Bay Packers fans, including myself and What's the Score panelist James Korsmo, we come together to talk about the previous week's game, the current state of the team, the outlook for their next matchups, and whatever other topics are on our minds that, as a fellow Packers fan, are probably on yours as well. It's like listening to 4 of your buddies talk football. We give sensible takes on the Packers. Well, okay, mostly sensible. Usually I say something silly or dumb. But the other guys have valuable takes on the Pack, whether positive, negative, or in between. It's straightforward, honest talk. And we love hearing from our fans. We answer Twitter questions from fans every week, and we have a voicemail line if you'd rather vocalize your opinions to us.
10 seconds.
The show, Titletown Sound. The website, TitletownSoundoff.com. You can hit us up on Twitter at Titletown Sound, and even if football isn't your bag, give us a try. You might find the entertainment value to be higher than the average football pod.
Welcome back to What's the Score, the Sports News Quiz, and thank you for listening. We're broadcasting from the Attention Era Media Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe, and we're playing this week with Scott Wisniewski, Dan Pfeifer, and Grant Coppersmith. And here, once again, is your host of What's the Score, Baxter Colburn!
Thank you, Josh. As we continue on with our show, we want to remind all of you that you can find the show on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, iTunes, Stitcher, and the Sports Podcasting Network.
It's time for our last slate of questions for our panelists this week. Scott, the first one's for you. Jingle bell, Dwayne Johnson.
That would be Jingle Bell Rock, and of course, Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done.
You
still look mad, Grant. Yeah. What's the problem, bro?
I know I'm going to get one that I don't know. I just know it.
You might get yours.
But we'll see. We'll see. I know. I'm not mad. I'm just sitting here enjoying myself.
Your Perthians still love you.
So I always got my Perth home base.
Your Perth.
My never been there base.
They still love you, man. You're a legend. Like, you know how people are like, oh, he's a legend in China. You're a legend in Perth. Like, yeah. Anyway, all right, Dan. Here is your carol. Oh come, wide receiver from the Broncos. That was a bad version, but I think you get the point.
I believe the song is "Oh Come Emmanuel."
That is correct.
And I believe the wide receiver is Bert Emmanuel from the Broncos.
That's incorrect. No, Emmanuel Sanders is who we were looking for.
Bert Emmanuel was a wide receiver for the Falcons a long time ago.
Current people that are relevant to the world. Okay, it's all good. Grant, did you know that one?
Yes, I did know
that.
Okay,
I'm going to keep checking with you. Scott, did you know that one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. There we go.
But there was a Bert Emmanuel, right? I'm not
In fact, Bert Emmanuel had the controversial trap catch when he was playing for Tampa Bay, which changed the rule and they still don't know what a catch is anymore because.
Dang it, Bert!
Yeah, so.
Nothing good happens from people named Bert. All right, here we go, Grant. Your final opportunity.
Yeah, take a big breath for this one. Jingle Steelers running back, jingle all the way.
Okay, wow. Okay,
drum roll, please.
So Jingle Bells.
There you go.
It's all I can think of right now is Monte Ball, but that is not correct.
He doesn't play for the Steelers.
Yeah, I know he doesn't. That was all that's popping in my head. Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah!
That's his first name.
Way to pull that out.
I couldn't think of his first name. I'm like, I know it's something I've never heard of before.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, it is a lot. Jingle Steelers running back. Jingle Steelers running back.
That just threw me off for a second. It was
You're
a
telling
while.
me.
So much is coming. What is going on?
So much information.
Well, folks, it's time for me to break up the fun once again. But when we come back, our final contestant will play another one of our new games. Don't go away. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz.
Hey guys, this is Baxter Colburn. Just want to take a quick minute to remind all of you to go check us out on social media. You can go find us on Facebook by searching for What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. And while you're on our Facebook page, why not invite some of your friends to come like our Facebook page as well? You can go and check out all the great recordings that we do, behind-the-scenes pictures. You can see the different videos we do with a lot of our panelists as well, and just get to know What's the Score a little bit better as well. Also, go check us out on Twitter at WTS Sports Quiz and at WTS Sports Quiz on Instagram as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the three most powerful things on the social media spectrum right now, and What's the Score is on all of them. Go and check us out today.
Welcome back, everyone. This is What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. I'm Josh Scheibe, your game master. Our Left's Lucky Town Name 5 panelist showdown is coming up. But first, we have a game called Let's Watch a Movie. Here to get the game going is your host at the Attention Era Media Studios here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Thanks, everyone. Just a reminder to go check out our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com. You can find where Dan ranks on our panelist leaderboard, how many times Grant has finished in third place, and, of course, you can find show archives and many, many other fun things, of course.
It's time now to welcome in our final contestant for today's show. Playing our last game is Josh Johnson. Welcome to the show, Josh.
How you guys doing?
Doing well, Josh. We're excited to have you on. You're going to be playing our game called Let's Watch a Movie. As you probably know, the holidays are a perfect time to cuddle up with a loved one and watch a movie. For those sports lovers out there, if you'd rather not watch White Christmas for the 1,000th time, we have a few other options for you.
In this game, we'll ask you 5 questions about Christmas sports movies. Answer at least 3 correctly, and you'll win a What's the Score prize. If you get stuck, you can ask one of our panelists for a hint, but on only one question, so make sure you choose wisely. Are you ready to play?
Ready to rock and roll.
All right, here is your first one. This movie is the one about a Jamaican man's attempt to get himself and 3 teammates into the Winter Olympics as a bobsled team. Is that A, Jamaican Me Crazy, B, Cool Runnings, or C, Skating on Thin Ice?
It is B, Cool Running.
Yeah, that's correct. Nicely done. For those that were curious, Jamaican Me Crazy is a coffee flavor, actually, and Grant has apparently lost his mind. Are you okay over there, Grant?
Doing good.
Oh, good. I just wanted to make sure. Yes, that is correct. Cool Runnings is a great movie. So many great,
movie.
like, little one-liners, like, Sanka, you dead, man. Yeah, man. Like, oh, classic. Nobody? Okay. All right, Josh, over to you.
Okay, here's your next one. Everyone knows how the USSR versus the USA game ends, but it's the snow, ice, and cold that makes this movie fun to watch during Christmas time. Is it A, Goal for Gold, B, Miracle, or C, Herb Brooks' The True Story?
It is B, Miracle.
Yeah, that is correct. Nicely done. It's a fantastic
Great
movie. I mean,
Absolutely fantastic.
Even, and Dan, you can appreciate it from a broadcaster's perspective too, like what they did with Al Michaels, to like go back and kind of broadcast some of that content as well too. And it just, a lot of broadcasters know that that comment too, that do you believe in miracles?
Oh, sure, but you got to admire how well Kurt Russell did as Herb Brooks, especially when he gives that speech. Oh man.
It just gets you right there in the heart. All right, here is your next one, Josh. Not only does this film have a great soundtrack, it also is the first time Rocky goes up against someone who can break him. Is that A, Rocky 5, B, Rocky 2, or C, Rocky 4?
It is C, Rocky 4.
Yeah, that is correct.
And by the way, the fight against Drago actually takes place on Christmas in the movie.
See, there you
so
go.
It's
the
perfectly
ultimate Christmas
fitting.
movie for anyone that's like, Rocky IV is on it. Like, they fight on Christmas.
Right, just like Die Hard's a Christmas movie. And one last point, I think Rocky V should be banned. We should never watch Rocky V again, and Rocky Balboa should replace it as the actual Rocky
See, there's
V.
a lot of debate about the true order of the Rocky
Rocky
movies.
V is garbage.
Is it?
Why
is it so bad?
It's awful. With Tommy Gunn in the street fight, it's awful. Just awful.
Okay, well, we'll stop then so you don't hurt anybody here, Scott. All right, here's your next one.
This movie gives a good look into the lives of typical teenage boys, and the hockey scenes are great too. Is it A, The Sandlot Takes the Ice, B, Slapshot, or C, Mighty Ducks?
It is C, Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, that is correct. Nicely done.
Fun fact, though, they're making a Slapshot 2.
Really?
I've seen talks of it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Is this like Space Jam 2, where it's going to get talked about for like
Is
20
Sidney
years
Crosby
and never
going to
happen?
be the main one, like LeBron is in Space Jam 2? I don't even know the premise of Slapshot, honestly.
Slapshot is basically just... It's a comedy. It's not.
Okay.
It's you have Miracle on one end, and then Slapshot is way over here. It's about. It's a bunch of goons.
It's
pretty
about
much
minor league hockey. It's like it would be akin to
Like The Replacements?
like say Bull Durham was for baseball,
Okay.
minor league baseball.
Okay, fair enough. All right, here is your final question, Josh. You might not consider dog sledding a sport, but don't tell that to your dog, of course. This movie is about Will Stoneman, a young man who enters a sled dog race to provide for his now widowed mother. Is that A, Mush, B, Iron Will, or C, Running with the Pack?
B, Iron Will.
Yeah, that is correct. Nicely done.
I feel like if there was a movie Mush, Will Ferrell would be in it.
Why do you say that?
It would be like a parody movie of dog sledding.
Oh, something.
Just
Will
feel that
Ferrell
with that title,
Will
that
Ferrell
would
was
be-
good at those parody movies and just being like, Mush. I just could
He
see
did
him.
that. He screamed mush constantly.
I'm sure he does. You don't know how he celebrates Christmas with his family, Grant.
He probably is mush during Christmas with his family.
Aren't we all Game Master Shabby? Game Master Shabby, how did Josh do on our game?
Josh got 5 out of 5 correct. A perfect score. He's a winner.
Awesome. Congratulations, Josh. Thank you so much for playing, sir.
The moment you've all been waiting for is almost here. Stick around and listen to our panelists duke it out on the Left's Lucky Town Name 5 Panelist Showdown coming up right after the break. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. Hello all, I'm Josh Scheibe, your game master here at What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. Thanks for listening in. I may not know much about sports, but what I do know about are our social media pages. Check us out on Facebook at What's the Score, or Twitter and Instagram at WTS Sports Quiz. Thanks very much for listening.
Hey everybody, this is Baxter. Just want to take a quick minute to thank you for listening to today's show. One of the things that we love to do on What's the Score is tell you to go check out our website, which is true. We wouldn't tell you if you didn't think it was great. You can find all kinds of great information by heading over to WTSSportsQuiz.com. You can find who tops our current panelist leaderboard. You can find archive shows, other great places of where to listen to What's the Score, and of course get to meet the awesome staff that makes Game Master Scheibe and I's job so much easier each and every week. Head over to WTSSportsQuiz.com today and check it out.
Hello and welcome back. Thanks for listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe. Our panelists have been warming up for their final showdown. It's going to be a smackdown between the mayor of Perth, Grant Coppersmith, the hot shot Scott Williams, Scott Wisniewski, and the great Fifini, Dan Pfeifer. And now here's your host at the Attention Era Media Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Baxter Colbert.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, everybody. It's been a great show. I'll be honest. I'm really looking forward to seeing family and friends this holiday season, Game Master Scheibe. there's one great thing about having a newborn now. My son Beckham just turned, a month, just a couple of days ago as well. It's like you almost have the best present in the room that everybody wants to touch and hold, but it's like, it's mine. You can't have it. Anyway, with all that being said, Game Master Shaibi, first of all, what's my wrestling name? Do I get a wrestling name?
Ooh, that's a
You
good
are the
question.
Game Master. I don't think you need a wrestling name. You're like, the
My
Game
wrestling
Master.
name is the Game
You'd
Master.
be like, ooh,
that's
the Game
perfect.
Master.
Right.
I'm just the host Baxter Colburn.
I'll have to think about that one.
Okay. Anybody else have any recommendations?
Give me some time.
Give me some time. Have your people call my people.
Backs to the max.
I suppose that's a working
Not
title.
bad.
Yeah.
We'll work-
Yeah,
let's roll with
I
it.
kind of see you having like a manager persona anyway, like a Bobby the Brain Heenan type. So
I don't know who that is, but
Look
I'm
it
sure
up.
he's
You'll
great
love
for us.
it.
I'll Google it.
You'll
All
love
right, Game Master Shabby, what time is it?
It's time for the Left's Lucky Town Name 5 Panelist Showdown. Our panelists will be given 4 topics in which they will have 10 seconds to name 5 people, teams, places, or things related to the sports world. Each panelist will have the same category. However, they cannot repeat answers. 1 point is awarded for each correct answer.
Game Master Shabby, can you give us the scores, please?
I can. Grant is in third with 1 point, Dan is in second with 2, and Scott's in the lead with 3.
How interesting. Well, Grant,
Yes.
how you doing?
Good. Oh, I do want to make one correction.
Please.
Slapshot 2 is already made.
Really?
Yeah, apparently it's... Dan, was it you said that it was so bad that nobody really knows about it?
Correct.
Obviously.
Yeah.
but it's probably still better than The Christmas Story, which we'll be forced to watch over and over on Christmas Day.
Wow. Okay,
Said
it's
to the
going
guy
down for
wearing a Christmas Story shirt.
The Pink Nightmare.
I love the Christmas story.
Can't move my arms.
the former wrestler always quarreling.
I love it. All right, Grant, you will be leading us off. It's a Christmas-themed Name 5.
Oh, boy. Okay,
Name
I'm
5
ready.
Christmas holidays celebrated in June. No, anyway. Name the original wise men. No, all right. Name 5 Christmas decorations. That's for real, okay? 10 seconds. And go.
Lights, stockings, tinsel, trees, and snowmen.
There you go. Yeah, that's 5. Yep, snowmen I would definitely think are a Christmassy sort of decoration. All right, Scott, over to you. 10 seconds and go.
Santa Claus, angels, popcorn strings, Christmas villages, and horns, French horns.
Yes, that is correct. All right, Dan, over to you. 10 seconds and go.
Boughs of holly, a Santa hat, a wreath, red bows, and poinsettias.
Oh, there we go. Is that Aretha Franklin or just...
Beat me to it, Bags.
Thank you.
Still singing the national anthem
She
right
still
now. by
is.
the way.
God love her. It's been a month, but she's still holding that last note out. All right, round 2, we will go to you, Scott. We talked about this earlier in the show. Name 5 Christmas carols. Name 5 Christmas carols. 10 seconds, and go.
Oh Holy Night, Deck the Halls, Jingle Bell Rock, Away in the Manger, and White Christmas.
There we go. He got 5.
Just under the gun, I feel, but I got it.
The Patriots running back Christmas. Its name is LeGarrette Blunt. All right, Dan, over to you. 10 seconds and go.
Holly Jolly Christmas, A Christmas Song, O Tannenbaum, Whose Child Is This, and Jingle Bell Rock.
Yes, that is correct. Nicely done. I'm curious, though. Isn't that right? Yes? No, we're saying we got to repeat on one of them. Which one did we repeat on? Jingle Bell Rock.
Jingle
That's
Bell
what
Rock,
we did.
yes.
Okay, I was going to say, our auditors are like, wait. I'm like, okay, which one is
darn
it? So we got 4. He got 4 in that one. You said, whose child is this?
Yeah.
Technically.
It's what child is this? But I know what you were going for.
I see somebody
so
walking
I'm-
down the street
I'm
being like,
gonna-
whose child is this? My parents would say in the mall, be like, it's not ours. Be like, Mom. Be like, no, Mom, I don't know who this person is.
I'm going to give it to him
Are you?
because there aren't a lot. I mean,
Yeah,
of all the
I'm-
Christmas
I'm-
carols,
I'm
you're not
good
going
with it,
to you're
and
not
I'm-
going to mix it up with
Yeah.
any other Christmas carol. So
Right, and I'm
I'll give it to
competing,
him.
and I'm
Okay.
good. I'm good.
Okay, fair enough. In all good favor. All right, Grant, over to you. Naming 5 Christmas carols, 10 seconds, and go.
Silent Night, Silver Bells, We Wish You a Merry Christmas, Frosty the Snowman, and You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. Is that a carol?
Yeah, that's technically
Yeah.
it's a Christmas song.
Yeah,
I would
got
think
it.
I would associate it as the same.
sure, yeah, let's give it.
Okay,
to him.
we'll go with that. So, yeah, we'll give him 5.
I'm in a charitable mood today.
He's not being
you ring that
I'm in a
bell.
giving
You're just
mood.
like, ding, ding, ding. All right, over to Dan, right? Is that correct? Is that how the progression works here? You'll be naming 5 Christmas movies. 10 seconds, and go.
A Christmas Story, Die Hard, 42nd Street,
True.
White Christmas, and...
we got 4 out of them. We got 4. All right, Grant, over to you. 10 seconds, not 5. 10 seconds, and go.
The Hallmark Channel. That's about all I got. I don't know any other ones. Sorry.
All right, there we go. All right, he got 0. I mean, I don't know how charitable you're going to be with the Hallmark.
Not that charitable.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Scott, over to you, and go.
Christmas with the Cranks, Home Alone, The Santa Claus, Christmas Vacation, and Holiday Inn.
There you go. Well done. Christmas Vacation, a classic.
And I like the Holiday Inn choice. Great movie.
Yes, good one. All right, as we head into our final round, what are the scores, Game Master Scheibe?
Grant's in third with 11. Dan is in second with 15, and Scott's in the lead with 18 points.
Wow. All right. So, Grant, you'll be leading us off. The way our final round works is you have 10 seconds to name as many as you can instead of just 5. Okay, so it gives you an opportunity for that storming comeback, only to miss the field goal at the last second. Like
we were talking about gifts at the end.
Gifts at the end.
Or gifts in the show.
We were talking about gifts, actually, the whole show? Not gifts. Gifts.
Like animated pictures
Yes,
online?
exactly.
Okay.
No, sorry, Grant, you got it wrong the whole time.
And I believe it was an extra point that he missed.
It was a field goal, I thought. It doesn't matter. The Vikings still
He
All right, 10 seconds.
Blair Walsh should be appearing on the show next week, by the way. I don't think he has anything better to do.
Still, he's a free agent. 10 seconds to name as many as you can winter activities. 10 seconds, and go.
Sledding, throwing a snowball, ice skating, skiing, snowboarding, snowshoeing, sleigh rides.
There you go. 7. I'm a little disappointed you missed one. All right. Who's up next? Dan is up next?
That'd be Dan, yep.
All right, Dan. This is, I think, one of Dan's biggest challenges since he's taken on Ian DeMars back a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how this shuffles down. All right. 10 seconds and go.
Sitting by the fireplace, plowing your driveway, shoveling your walk, salting the road, going outside and playing with your kids in a snow fort.
Yeah, technically, yeah, all those count. You do those in the winter.
Unconventional choices, but they
Winter's
work.
not very fun for me. I'm a summer guy.
I guess so. So as we head into the final bit here, Game Master Shabby, what is Scott looking at?
Scott is tied with Grant right now at 18 points. He needs 2 to tie Dan at 20 or 3 to win.
All right, Scott. 10 seconds. Winter activities, and begin.
Decorating your house for the holidays, figure skating, cross-country skiing, and deer hunting in Wisconsin.
Oh, that is true. Just Wisconsin or any other
Wherever.
states?
Cold weather states.
Fair enough. All right, he got 4. No one said hockey.
Yeah. Once you said
or
it.
curling. I was like,
How did I miss
bobsledding,
curling?
or anything you
I
do.
said sledding.
I know, but
Close
hockey and
enough.
curling.
I can't believe I missed curling. What's wrong with me?
I was upset.
I'm not.
I was
I'm
very
not
upset
well.
about you, Grant. No,
I
it
think
is
I'm
not
well.
well with your soul right now, apparently.
You do well.
Anyway, well, Grant, we'll start with you as we do with our little post-game bits there. Oh, yeah. Do we need to figure out who won?
That would probably be a good idea.
Okay,
Max.
fine. Game Master Shabby, who won our Left's Lucky Down Name 5 Panelist Showdown?
Grant is in third place with 18 points. Dan's in second with 20, and Scott's the big winner with 22 points.
Wow. Well done, Scott.
You know what? This was a tough one. I respect the heck out of Mr. Pfeifer here, so it was it's a good win for the holidays.
It's good to know there's one person.
I don't know where to go from there. All right.
To someone else.
All right, Grant, over to you, sir. Welcome. It's been great to have you back on the show. Your 8th appearance. You finished in your... Mitch Baumhoff is Mr. Second place. I think you were Mr. Third place.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
You're consistent, if nothing else. I think
Yeah.
you finally got into double digits now with your 1-pointers each and every time. But
Hey.
that's still a big thing, though.
Yeah.
But we love having you on the show, of course, and we appreciate you, and we wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas. Any fun plans for the holidays?
Sleeping.
Good.
Yeah.
You have a
Lots of
2-year-old
sleeping.
at
Great
the house
plan.
now, so how's that going to work for you?
That's an interesting thing. Yeah, I'm not really sure. He likes to cry a lot and throw tantrums. And
Have you tried duct tape?
No, feel like that's illegal, but I'll keep it in mind.
Only if you're caught.
That's true.
Run, Beckham, run!
Yes. My son is crawling as we speak. He's figured out he's driven the car away. What a smart kid he is. Holy cow, only a month old.
Sticking his thumb out.
Exactly. Like, got it called an Uber. Scott, congratulations. You moved to 4-0 and officially in your time as a What's the Score panelist. As you mentioned, Dan, a very formidable opponent for you, of course, as well. But what'd you make of your time on the show today?
I love it, and I always do, and I thank you guys for allowing me the privilege to be here. I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year as well as a Merry Christmas, because I know that's right around the corner. And
Absolutely.
I want to plug something. I don't do this very often. My podcast partner, Jake Kokorowski, published a book. It's out in bookstores called Walk On This Way. It's about Wisconsin Badgers Walk On, the history of the walk-on program since Barry Alvarez got there, and make a great stocking stuff.
Fantastic. If you haven't done your Christmas shopping yet, you've got a week to finish up and do that. So definitely go check out that book. We appreciate it. And Dan, good to have you, of course, back on the show. We had you on last month as well, too. Another formidable opponent. Usually you come out on top, but it's always good to test you and bring your skills down just a smidge to see that, you can't always finish first, right?
Yeah, it keeps you humble. And, it was a bit of an area of weakness for me a little bit. I am much more of a 4th of July guy than a Christmas guy, I think, is what it breaks down to. So, but I've known Scott for a long time. He's a great sports mind, and it's no surprise to me that he's had a great deal of success. And Grant always keeps it fun. So, definitely Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to both of you guys, to everyone out there in the listening audience. Be sure to stay safe, and let's make 2017 a fantastic year. Really want to thank you two guys, too, Josh and Baxter, for giving us the opportunity to have What's the Score. It's really been a fun thing, I think, for a lot of people, and all the fans from Perth all the way around the world rooting for Grant, sitting with bated breath by their computers waiting for the new edition.
One day.
Well,
Merry Christmas to all of you, too.
Thank you, Dan. We definitely appreciate that. Game Master Scheibe, before we do our little closing bit, any fun plans for the holidays at all, sir?
Just going to spend a nice, quiet night, I think, with the family.
Just one? Everything else going to be chaotic?
Well, yeah, that's generally how it goes.
Fair enough. The Scheibe house is different than other houses, I guess. But we wish you a Merry Christmas as well to you and your family.
Thank you. The same to you.
Thank you very much. What's the Score has been a production of Attention Era Media. A very special thanks to all of our contestants and studio audience here at the Attention Era Media studios.
Our panelists this week have been Dan Pfeifer, Scott Wisniewski, and Grant Coppersmith.
Our social media producer is Tony Larson. Our social media staff is comprised of Emily Heffler and Christian Gill.
Our theme was composed by Danny Hoffenstein. Our show producers were David Bobke and Caleb Pearson, and the executive director of What's the Score is Liz Colburn. I've been your game master, Josh Scheibe.
And I've been your host, Baxter Colburn. Merry Christmas from all of us here at What's the Score. We'll see you next time for our year in review and New Year's edition. We'll see you next time.